And the worst thing you can get into in any sales industry is a race to the bottom on price. That's the worst place you can ever go, because then it's a race to the bottom and you are actually giving up value. Darren, we had an example of that with a realtor, right? You mind sharing that story real quick?
No. So I had a $600,000 deal, and the seller and the buyer were arguing over something that cost $3,000. And the realtors were saying that they couldn't figure it out, and they were talking about that the deal is going to die over $3,000. So I was like, yeah, we're not losing a deal over 600 grand. So I talked to them about, listen, you know, we need to come up with the 3 grand between the three of us. You know, we each donate $1,000 to satisfy the buyer. The seller doesn't have to worry about paying it. And we'll give up each give up $1,000 out of our commission for that. It turned out that when I got the contract, my initial thought, which was, it turned out not well, I don't know for 100%. I actually got it and I did check the CD, but my initial thought was that the seller gave a $2,000 more, or a $2,000 seller assist, I believe. And then I was given $1,000 credit. So it seemed like that they convinced the seller to give a credit and the realtor screwed me. And we're like, they're not going to give up their commission. They convinced the seller. When I confronted them, and the agents was like, no, we reduced our compensation, but for the contract, we added the seller credit instead of, taking it out of them giving it themselves or something like that. They still, however they worked it out, something like that. They did reduce their comp. But initially, I thought that they just decided to screw me over, even though, I was the one who came up with a suggestion to say, but only $600,000 deal for two agents making 3%. I mean, making 18 grand on a deal, But I never did check the CD on that to find out. I should do that to see.
So the point of this is that it started at 500 and Darren's like, I'm willing to go up to 1,000, right?
Yeah, it's right. I was starting
To save the deal. And here's the thing.
I was already taking a cut on it, so I actually offered 500 initially.
He was already giving them a good rate. He was already doing things to do it. And so it started to become a race to the bottom where he was going to be willing to give everything.